Family Guy. Wow, that's a nice way to assume an innocent man's gender. Hey, what's up guys, it's Samurai. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about something super controversial in the Family Guy world.
You're a stupid cunt, suck my dick.
It's not a real kind of video that I'd usually do, but I just kind of wanted to make it. So what the fuck? It's my life, not yours, so fuck you. It's about Stewie, and if the family can understand Stewie. And there's a bunch of answers for this, and I'll say the most, the most accurate, easy answer is no. But why? I actually have a lot of proof of this. This video is for a lot of people who maybe haven't seen the show or have seen a few episodes and just think, they'd understand the baby because the baby talks.
No shit.
They don't. They don't. We're on the Family Guy Wiki on wikia.com. Let's go to Stewie. Stewie Griffin is a flamboyant and energetic 1-year-old infant of Peter and Lois Griffin. Stewie equipped with his teddy bear Rupert and okay, that's cool. We are down here to understanding Stewie. A running gag has occurred over whether or not the family can understand Stewie's speech, especially given his tendency towards homicidal remarks. I'd say a bunch of shit if my family couldn't understand me. The Griffins appear to ignore most of what Stewie says, though on occasion they have responded to his speech. By the way, guys, I haven't seen the newest episode yet, but we have 298 episodes, which means in 2 episodes, the 300th episode, which they'll probably do like a special episode for that. They did it for 100, they did it for 200, so they're probably going to do that for 300, which they're going to just get like the whole cast, do like real life stuff. They say something about Stewie kills Lois and Lois kills Stewie. I am going to say something about that. Now, you guys might be like, well, they understood him in that episode, and you might be thinking they maybe understand him in the earlier episodes because they didn't fully get the characters ready yet. You gotta keep in mind that that episode at the very end, Stewie came out and said this was a simulation. It was from his point of view, and obviously Stewie thinks that Lois and Peter and Meg can understand him. So he thinks that. So therefore, in his simulation, they answer him. They understand what he's saying. In reality, they can't. Now, obviously, Brian, we know that Brian can. Chris, in the more recent episodes, Chris has been able to understand him. And, parts where it's actually been mentioned in the story is in Yug Yemeth, which is on season 11. At the very end of the episode, that's an episode where time is going backward, but nobody notices it. It goes all the way back to where Stewie was born. And right at the very end, Chris says, "Did anybody else hear the baby talking in there?" And everybody else says, "Chris, don't be stupid. He didn't talk." Now, obviously, Lois and Peter can understand him when he says, some things like mom or dad. And, in mom, mommy, mama, ma. They can obviously understand him in that. Most parents can understand when their baby says mom, dad. And now people like Yusuf, if you guys don't know who Yusuf is, he's the guy who sells Stewie his weapons and stuff for the time travel. They can understand him in episodes like Life of Brian, right after Brian dies, and Stewie's trying to rebuild the time machine. They can understand him in that. But it's very often that when Stewie is talking, the family will just not even be looking at him. There is one thing that I am confused about in the whole thing, is that, when Brian or Chris is talking to Stewie, and, Lois is in the kitchen, or Peter's in the kitchen, they don't stop to be like, wait, Brian, who are you talking to again? Who are you talking to? That's one thing that I am confused about, and I don't think, will ever be answered, is that reason. I think that's like a plot hole in the story. It's just something that it's never going to be explained. But my theory is that, Stewie, obviously, he's a mastermind. He's probably the god of the show. He's basically main character. Besides Peter, it's Stewie. It's Stewie. Forgot what I was even saying. I hate it when people interrupt my videos. I seriously don't even remember what I was saying. Can't say shit when people come downstairs, because then it's like, oh, here's the nerd talking to the camera. Can't suck the microphone like it's a dick, because then people are going to think I'm gay. And we're obviously in the South. How do I get rid of this ad? We're obviously in the South. It's not okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a plot hole in the story. Is that that's never gonna be something that's gonna be found out. Yeah, in one episode, Hank, King of the Hill, came in and was like, "Oh, do they understand the baby? I always wake up before I can find out if they understand the baby." And Murray understands him. I think my theory is that Stewie finds the people that he likes, and I'm not sure if it's his choice. I'm not sure, but it's just people that he likes can understand him. That's what I think. He doesn't like Lois. He doesn't like Peter. So they don't understand him. He doesn't like Meg. No one likes Meg. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if that's Stewie's choice. Maybe it's just people that he naturally likes and then they can understand him. I'm not sure if like Stewie has switches for who can understand him, who can't, but I think that it's just he likes somebody, they can automatically understand him.
But can you do this?
Now he doesn't really dislike Quagmire or Joe, so I'm not really sure why they don't understand him. Maybe it's just because like it's the fear of like, you know, him blabbering about it to Peter. Now he does like Susie, so I'm not really sure why, you know, Susie can't understand him, or maybe she can, but you know, she's a baby, so she's not even able to talk yet. Besides Patrick Stewart, obviously Patrick Stewart talks for her. That's hilarious. Now my one question about my point right there is that, you know, when Vinny came in, Stewie didn't like Vinny. Stewie didn't like Vinny, so why could Vinny understand him? Maybe it's a dog-baby relationship. Maybe all dogs and babies can like understand each other, and then once they get older, they can't. But then again, Brian and Vinny understood the entire family. The entire family could understand him. But yeah, there's just I'm not sure about that. This is just, you know, my thoughts about the whole thing. A lot of people would think that, you know, they understand the baby because they understand the dog. And since the baby talks just like the dog talks, they'd naturally just understand each other. That's what I thought for a long time, but nope, not true. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you dislike this video, please leave a dislike and a hate comment telling me exactly what I did wrong. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, or I'll f*** you up, bitch. And as always, save for Korean leader.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.